The association is also collaborating with Chartered Institute of Writers, a global institute established worldwide to offer opportunities for sharpening the knowledge, skills, standards, experience of practitioners in the real estate and construction industry. I'm happy to announce to you that the Institute is offering opportunity to 100 members to attend their upcoming Ghana series on the real estate industry in Ghana and national development, beginning from 18th to 27th June 2024. Mr. Chairman, this collaboration will also afford our members the opportunity to travel abroad for international exchange program. Furthermore, we are collaborating and partnering with the Institute of Professional Management Consultant to partake in their training sessions. A draft memoranda of understanding has been received from the Executive Director, Professor David Aka. Please, it's a good news. Mr. Chairman, I cannot end my speech without thanking our proud sponsors for this program. Trasaco, our headline sponsor, Limited. K. Foley Limited, our headline sponsor. Then other sponsors, Ima Real Estate, Copson Enterprise, Fapim Company Limited, and Azar Group of Companies. LoGSEA is very grateful to you all. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to you and hope and believe that our set goals and objectives will be achieved. Long live LoGSEA, long live local government service, long live Ghana. Thank you for your attention.
Let's do it better. Let's do it better. Thank you, Mr. President. I think it is well done. All that we wish should come out of you has been addressed. And I hope it shall be well. In Jesus' name, say amen. We have in our midst some dignitaries that we need to introduce. We have architect Josephine Pesese in our midst. Let us give it for her. She is a registrar at the Architect Registration Council. And then we have architect Adudu Novia Denu. She is also a former council member of Ghana Institute of Architects. We have in our midst engineer Henry Kwadwo Boatin, president of Institution of Engineering and Technology, Ghana. And also we have Surveyor Kofi Boatin Eirebi, a fellow of Ghana Institute of Surveyors in our midst. Let's give it up to you. I'll call on my co-MC to come and continue from here. The next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I watched while your president was delivering his address. And when he said that the assemblies should equip engineers with pickups so that you can do your jobs, I saw the way you were clapping so hard. But as I walked in, I realized that we didn't even have parking spaces. Baby, yet engineers want vehicles. But I think it is a point in the right direction. You do a lot of work. You do a lot of hard work. You do a lot of hard work. I know the engineer for Tema West who went on field and even had his wedding ring removed by tax. Yet he's still striving to make Greater Accra a proud region. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take 2 minutes musical interlude, and when we are done, we'll get to the next address. Thank you very much. I think the band deserves a round of applause. The band. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now taking the address of no other person but our own affable, sweet, hardworking gentleman, head of service for the Office of the Head of Local Government Service, Engineer Dr. Stephen Nana Ato Arthur. Oh, do it better, do it better.
Thank you very much. Architect, Chairman, Honorable Deputy Minister, Minister of Works and Housing, Chief Director, Greater Regional Coordinating Council, distinguished personalities from sister institutions, President, LoGSEA, and the members, colleagues, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me, before I get to my prepared speech, let me respond to the issue raised by your president, the position of the regional engineer. But to respond to what our chair architect said, we are of the view that that person should be regional works engineer. But when we say works at our MMDAs, we have engineers, we have architects, we have surveyors. So it's not regional works engineer. If it's a regional works director at that level, I think that is what we want to see. But to be frank with you, I was surprised when I heard that he said the chief engineers are prepared. We have one just sitting here. Staying in AMA as compared to being regional works director. We try to open this up so that the chief engineers, chief architects, chief surveyors would apply to become regional heads. It was becoming difficult. That's why I didn't advertise. For your information, it was becoming difficult. That is why I didn't advertise. Most of you sitting here, if you should move from where you are in Ladma to go to regional office, you won't go. But the point is, you don't decide where you have to go. It's me. So that one, I'm going to take it up. None of you decides when he or she has to be. Take this from me. Tomorrow when your posting comes, don't come around using chiefs to come and beg. None of you decides where he or she needs to work. You are a public servant. So when you are posted, please, even when some of you have requested, later the postings come, you turn around, using chief executive to say, using MPs to say, you want to stay where you are. After today, please, I won't listen to any of you. Otherwise, we can't manage this office. That you decide where you want to work? You don't have that right, please. So now I can go to my prepared speech. It is a pleasure to be here with you today at this second annual general meeting of the Local Government Service Engineers Association. I must admit, I agree with Chair. Maybe we may have to take a second look at the association's name again. The only problem is when you go to the Registrar General's office, you incur a lot of challenges. This name has already been chosen and this and that registered, so it becomes a problem, but we can find a way out. I wish to extend my appreciation to the National President, the Executive of LoGSEA, and the entire engineering fraternity of the service for this kind invitation and for making this possible. The theme, towards effective and efficient building permitting system, the role of local government service engineers resonates deeply with the challenges we face in the development and building permit administration in the country. It is positive and forward-looking, emphasizing our commitment to embracing change and driving progress. This could not have come at a more opportune time, considering that the government of Ghana, through the Business Regulatory Reform, the BRR unit of the Ministry of Trade and industry, with financial assistance from the World Bank, has come up with strategy for creating an effective and efficient development permitting system in the country. In fact, I have a rep here, Catherine from BRI unit of the ministry, who is really championing this cause. Catherine, let's see you. When she comes to your offices, she is from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and the ministry is undertaking a project called Building Regulatory Reform. Thank you very much, Catherine. This is inspired by the vision of the government to create a business-friendly environment for both local and foreign businesses. Mr. Chairman, when you take a cursory look at the legal framework underpinning the work that you do at the MMDA level, for instance, the Local Governance Act 2016 of 936, Land Use and Spatial Planning Act 925 of 2016, National Development Planning Systems Act in 1994 Act 480, the role of local government serves, especially the Fiscal Planning and Works Department, in ensuring an effective and efficient building permitting system cannot be overemphasized. I wish to state that an effective and efficient building permitting system calls for streamlined processes that must reduce bureaucratic hurdles and save time and resources for applicants and our assemblies. It ensures increased transparency by clearly defining the requirements to enhance visibility and accessibility. We should be able to track and monitor development, even from our offices, to facilitate enforcement of the codes and rules. If applicants feel frustrated accessing our services, then our systems in place are not user-friendly. So we must embark on changing the narrative now. Mr. Chair, because of the complexity of building permitting in our MMDAs, decision-making on behalf of the Assembly is not straightforward. It has to take account of both narrow and wider interest and be sensitive to both the individual developer and the collective needs of our communities. Inevitably, conflicting needs to be identified, whether from the fiscal planner, the works, the coordinating director, the chief executive. Not all can be met, but this has to be managed. Mr. Chair, evidence abounds that permitting acquisition in our institutions is fraught with bureaucratic delays, difficult data accessibility, lack of poor coordination between permit processing institutions, lack of effective collaboration with other classes, for instance, works, fiscal planning, procurement, absence of mechanisms to check the validity of documents submitted by clients, and cumbersome processes for ownership search at the Lands Commission, among others. These frustrate citizens, leading to haphazard development of properties and construction without the requisite technical advice and permits from MMDAs. By implementing an effective and efficient permitting system, we create a more conducive environment for development, investment, and growth. Accordingly, it gives me pleasure to inform you that the Ministry of Trade and Industry has instituted a committee of heads of development permitting institutions, which I chair as the head of local government service. And hopefully, today's forum will provide key insights that will significantly guide the mandate of the committee in introducing reform interventions and ensuring the development of a unified e-system for development permitting processes within our assemblies. Distinguished engineers, Tower redefine your role in development permit administration. Permit me to share the following thoughts with you. First, engineers together with fiscal plan officers must play a lead role in identifying and streamlining workflows to eliminate unnecessary bureaucratic hurdles, provide transparent and timely information to applicants and colleagues, conduct thorough reviews, and offer constructive feedback and guidance to your clients. As drivers of infrastructure development within our assemblies, I wish to emphasize the need for you to showcase professionalism in your line of work. In recent times, cases of collapsed buildings seem to be topical. For many cases, it implies that due diligence may not have been done to ensure the safety of the building. Issues of corrupt practices in the issuance of development permits ought to be a thing of the past. We find it difficult to say this, but there are corrupt practices in our MMDAs. And you are part. Are you not? No? Let me take it. Chair, I take it. For now, no. But I repeat, issues of corrupt practices in the issuance of development permits ought to be a thing of the past. And engineers should ensure that both planning and building permit requirements are strictly adhered to by applicants. For instance, the Building Regulations 2022, LI 2465. Secondly, the world is moving at a pace, and as service providers, we should adapt to changing technologies in the field to meet the demands of clients. For instance, today, we're talking about AI. How do we embrace AI as engineers? Artificial intelligence, very, very, very important. The use of online portals, automated code checking, and data integrated mechanisms, etc., etc. Yet, the need to improve the building permitting system by incorporating technology and best practice as well as guide applicants through the application cannot be overstated. This will ensure value for money and efficiency in the issuance of development permits within our MMDAs. Also, endeavor to build your capacities in emerging trends in the field. It is important to note that this service envisages become a world-class decentralized and client-oriented service. Your insights and aspirations for this industry are invaluable in improving building standards, ensuring safety, and protecting the environment. Hence, you are required to broaden your horizons to be at par with first-class or world-class engineering standards. Continuous improvement is key in identifying opportunities for innovation and efficiency gains. Furthermore, engineers must ensure effective collaboration and coordination by working closely with other departments, agencies, and stakeholders for a cohesive permitting process. Let's work closely with our sister departments to ensure that we do not work in silos, but rather in unity with the common purpose of delivering quality service to our nation. Engineers, with the new public management, working in our silos, in your silos, is a thing of the past. Teamwork, collaboration, teamwork must be the order of the day. Very, very important. We need to foster stronger relationships with applicants, developers, and the community to ensure that the service meets their standards. And finally, by fulfilling these expectations, engineering and local government service can significantly contribute to an effective and efficient permitting system, supporting our assemblies in promoting economic growth, sustainability, and community development. The Office of Head Local Government Service is committed to working together with key stakeholders in the sector, including the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, the Ministry of Works and Housing, the Ministry of Trade and Industries, the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization, to provide the needed policy guidance, logistics, and training to ensure that MMDs are well placed to ensure an effective and efficient building permitting system. Let us continue to collaborate, innovate, and build a future where effective and efficient building permitting system empower our communities. Colleagues, today's world and everything that we're doing, your projects, your programs, how do we align them to the SDGs? How do you align them to the EU Agenda 2063? Very important. We're in a global world. We start from the EU Agenda 2063, which has a lot of convergence with the SDGs. SDG 11, we are looking at cities that are resilient, that are safe. What is your role in it as an engineer? Please, very, very important. Let's look at all these. But before I take my seat, I would like to state that for any association to be vibrant and sustainable, regular payments of dues is germane. Most of you sitting here have not paid your dues. And you call yourself a member of LoGSEA. Greater Accra that are hosting, some of you are sitting here, you have not paid your dues. And payment of dues is not only by the heads of works. Every member is a member, isn't it? Heads are paying. Some of you sitting here are just looking at me. You have not paid. The treasurer is behind there. Just get up and go and pay your dues now. On this note, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Oh, do it better, do it better, do it better. Trust head of service to deliver at any time. When he said pay your dues, I heard somebody say, tell them. It reminds me of a poem I did while I was in school reading literature. Tell them, tell it to them. So please, the treasurer is just behind us. Go and pay your dues. But he made very significant statements, and that includes engineers. Please ensure that requisite permitting procedures are strictly adhered to for a well-built-up cities. He also asked us to endeavor to build up our capacities and also ensure effective collaboration by working with other relevant departments. Trust the head of service to deliver at any time. Another round of applause for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also going to listen to the address of another distinguished personality in our midst. This distinguished personality is a Ghanaian educator, a politician, and a social research consultant. He is the Member of Parliament for the good people of Kwesi-Mintim in the Western region. In Parliament, he serves as the Vice Chairman of the Education Committee and a member of the Finance Committee. So the issue of your vehicle, please see him when you are done so that he sorts you out. Before his current position, he was the Director General of the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NACA. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the distinguished Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Works and Housing, Honorable Dr. Prince Hamid Ama. Oh, do it better, do it better.
Thank you. When the introduction was made, I wasn't sure if I was the one that they were introducing. Mr. Chairman, the head of local government service, my senior brother, engineer Dr. Nana Atuata, let me stand on the existing protocol and say good morning. It is with a great honor and humility that I stand before you today, representing the Honorable Minister for Works and Housing at this momentous occasion, the second annual general meeting of our esteemed association. While Honorable Kojo Opon-Kroma regrets his inability to be here due to pressing commitment, he extends his warmest greetings and regards and acknowledges your indispensable contribution to our nation's progress. Today, I address you not only as a government official, but as a fellow citizen, deeply concerned about the well-being of our communities. We are all too familiar with the devastating headlines: buildings reduced to rubble, families displaced by flood, and lives tragically lost. These tragedies are not merely unfortunate events. They are often the result of systemic failures that demand our immediate and unified response. Our gathering here is a powerful testimony to our collective commitment to address these challenges and shape a safer, a more resilient future for Ghana's built environment. The theme of this AGM, towards an effective and efficient building permit system, the role of local government service engineer, is exceptionally timely. The recent incidents of building collapses, like the distressing episode involving the Catholic Church building roof in Teshi, underlines the urgency of our discussions. Such tragedies are not inevitable. They are often the result of regulatory failures, and that demands our immediate and concerted efforts. The metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies play a pivotal role in our country's infrastructure development. No development project can commence without seeking permission or permit from the MMDAs, making your role as engineers within the local government service crucial in ensuring the safety and integrity of our built environment. You are the guardians of our nation's infrastructure, and your work has a profound impact on our communities. To empower you in fulfilling your duties effectively, various legislations have been enacted, including the Engineering Council Act 2011, Act 819, the Engineering Council's Regulation 2020, LI 2410, the Building Regulations 2022, LI 2465. These laws are designed to regulate engineering practices and uphold construction standards and safety. Strict adherence to these legislations is essential in mitigating the current wave of building collapses and ensuring a safe built environment. Moreover, establishing an efficient permitting system is critical. The building regulations have outlined the procedures and criteria for obtaining planning and building permit. I challenge you to innovate and streamline these processes, making them more accessible and less burdensome for developers and yourselves. Embracing digitalization and transitioning to e-permitting can be a pivotal step in this direction. Our ministry is committed to ensuring strict adherence to this legislation. To strengthen regulations and ensure compliance, we are establishing the Works Inspectorate Unit. This unit will play a crucial role in monitoring construction activities, enforcing building standards, ensuring that all projects meet the required safety regulations. We believe this will significantly reduce the incidence of building collapses and enhance the overall quality of our built environment. Collaboration between the local government service engineers and the Works Directorate of the Ministry of Works and Housing is essential for achieving these goals. By forming joint task force, we can inspect construction sites and enforce building regulations together. This collaborative effort will ensure that projects meet the necessary standards and address any violations promptly. Regular training sections and workshops will keep engineers updated on the latest building codes, regulations, and technological advancement, enhancing their skills and knowledge to handle their responsibilities effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, establishing a robust data sharing system between the MMDAs and the Works Directorate of the Ministry of Works and Housing will enable better monitoring and enforcement of regulations. Sharing information on building permits, inspection reports, and compliance statuses will be critical in this regard. Furthermore, collaborating on public awareness campaign will educate developers and the general public about the importance of adhering to building regulations, fostering a culture of compliance and safety within the construction industry. Mr. Chairman, creating feedback mechanism where engineers can report challenges and suggest improvement to the permitting processes will be very helpful in identifying and addressing swiftly the issues, leading to a more efficient system. Public support is also paramount in fostering confidence in our built environment. Collaborations among ministries, government agencies, and regulators is essential for achieving this shared goal. In this regard, Mr. Chairman, I urge you to leverage this AGM to brainstorm innovative ideas for a smooth and efficient permitting system aligned with the Building Regulations 2022 LI 2465. As engineers, you hold a sacred trust, the responsibility to ensure the safety and well-being of our communities. Winston Churchill once said, "We shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us." The structure we design and the permit have the power to nurture life, foster innovation, and create lasting legacies. However, poorly constructed buildings can become instruments of destruction. On our part as a ministry, we acknowledge the valuable policy initiatives and programs we have undertaken in the works and housing sector over the years, such as the National Housing Policy, the implementation of the building regulations, the building code, and the flood control programs. However, it is very clear that aside from regulatory failures, a lack of coordinated development planning significantly contribute to preventable disasters, such as flooding and building collapses. Mr. Chairman, in recognition of this, under the leadership of the Honorable Minister for Works and Housing, Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, the Ministry of Works and Housing conceived the idea to organize the maiden edition of the Built Environment National Conference on Housing and Hydrology. We call it Bench 2024. This conference aims to bring together renowned experts, industry leaders, policymakers, and key stakeholders from across the built environment to engage in in-depth discussions, exchange ideas, and develop innovative solutions aimed at fostering a more sustainable built environment in Ghana. Mr. Chairman, so what is the role of local government service engineers in support of this initiative? The conference presents Ghana with a pivotal chance to build a resilience for the future, and your active participation is critical in developing implementable policies and innovative solutions that can address Ghana's specific challenges in the construction industry. Mr. Chairman, the ministry stands ready to be your partner in this endeavor, whether it is establishing a data sharing initiative or establishing or collaborating on public awareness campaign. We are here to support your efforts. Together, let us leverage our combined expertise and resources to make the Bench 2024 a resounding success. Notable speakers at the Bench conference include the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the Minister for Works and Housing, and representative from the key regulatory bodies such as the Architect Registration Council, the Engineering Council, the Real Estate Agency Council, the Rent Control, and the rest. And we take this opportunity to invite you. On that note, we wish to invite you to the Bench 2024 conference, which is scheduled on 2nd July to 4th July 2024. And we hope to see our engineers there. Let me depart from my conclusion on the paper and make a point out of script. A lot of the development that we see around have structural integrity issues. And because we have not been very deliberate in enforcing compliance, the problem that may arise if we don't take steps is the destruction of this and breaking down of these properties. And in the end, the loss of lives. And so we want to encourage you. We want to repeat what the head of local government service has said. The permitting system, we know what's happening. The permitting system. And we are looking forward to an opportunity where the Works Inspectorate collaborates with the Works Department. I'm sure you know the history. You know the history of the Works engineers. We've received letters. We've even got indication of where situation where some of the Works engineers would want to be coming and working closely with the ministry. But we will be very happy to see that the Works engineers at the district level, at the municipal levels, collaborating effectively with the Works Department in any support that they need. And I think that if we're able to work in that way, we'll be able to resolve the issues that confront the sector. At the moment, it appears that, as the head of local government service said, we are working in silos. And when we do that, it's quite difficult to see the interconnectedness of the individual mandates of the institutions. So we want to plead with you that as you engage in the deliberations here, you think around how you can solve the problems in the built environment in a very collaborative and concerted manner. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Your dedication and hard work are the cornerstone of a safer and more resilient Ghana. Let us continue to work together to forge a path towards a built environment that is not only efficient and resilient, but also a source of pride for all Ghanaians. Thank you, and I wish you a successful annual general meeting. Thank you very much.
Let's do it better. Let's do it better. The minister has said it all. And if you look at his accession, there is one thing that we forget. The engineers, we take more life than the doctors. If a doctor makes one mistake, one person dies. What about the engineer? A whole lot, dozens of people. Let us give him a hand of applause once again. We have in our mix some dignitaries that we need to acknowledge. We make this correction. Surveyor Kofi Obi Ayirebi, that's a senior vice president of Ghana Institute of Surveyors. He's in our midst. we have in our midst George Kwame Nyame, former president of LoGSEA. He's here with us. Can we see him? We have Dr. Stephen Nketia, chief engineer and director of Works, Accra Metropolitan Assembly. We have architect Victor Mensah, chief architect. He is on secondment at CODA now. And then we have planner Percy Anab Bukhari, president of Ghana Institute of Planning. He's here with us. Let us give it up. And as we go, we have our sponsors in the name of Trasaco Company Limited, KO4E Limited, FAPIM Company Limited, Azar Group of Companies Limited, Iman Real Estate, Cobbs Green Enterprise, Advertising Association of Ghana. Let us give a hand of applause for these sponsors. They sponsored us for this program with a little support they have. And as it goes, there is no development without the engineers. And there is one thing that we forgo. The Works and Housing Ministry was named after the Works Department, the head of Works. So let's take note. We cannot move without them. So at this juncture, I'll call on my co-host to come and call on the next on the list. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexander. And thank you for letting us know that when engineers make mistakes, dozens of people die. Thank you very much. Well noted. Ladies and gentlemen, LoGSEA president mentioned that the association has Nananom, Nime, Kename in the midst. I just saw one Nana. Oh, give him a round of applause. Nana Piao. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to introduce two very hardworking, affable, and beautiful women who have really distinguished themselves in their field of work. I introduce to us, representing the Honorable Regional Minister, Greater Accra Region, Esplana, Mrs. Lillian Baika, Chief Director, Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council. Oh, please, she's my boss. She gave me the permission to be here. Another sweet woman who has changed the narrative. In fact, she's the first chief director who is a woman to be at the office of the head of local government service. A very affable, hardworking, I call her the Sweet 16. Let's welcome Chief Director, Local Government Service, Madame Felicia Dapa Ajeman. Felicia Dapa Ajeman Boache. Oh, do it better. Do it better. In fact, my chief director's name is a full sentence now.
We are on Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, please adjust yourselves very well. We are live on Clock TV and Facebook Live. Check your links. We have sent the links. Check, you see yourselves. We will take fraternal messages from our professional bodies. Do we have Institute of Surveyors here? Yes, so let's give it up for him.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I would like to stand on all the existing protocols. On behalf of the Governing Council of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, we bring you fraternal greetings on the second anniversary of LoGSEA. I don't know whether the chairman has made some intervention, but I would like to, yes. The name works engineers sounds so narrow as far as the built environment is concerned. We of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors think and we propose if it can be a development department so that we have development managers at the head, because in the department we have all sorts of professionals working there. You have architects working there. You have surveyors working there. You have engineers working there. So if you say works engineer, narrow, I think local government, the local government head will take this into consideration and probably do something. I don't know whether the architect said that about the engineers, because it makes the works narrow. That is the one thing that I want to pass. Secondly, Ghana Institution of Surveyors, for that matter, quantity surveyors, valuation and estate surveyors, and land surveyors play very pivotal role in the built environment. But unfortunately, especially from Ministry of Works and Housings, I think the Deputy Minister here, you carry it along. Most of the things that they send out and invite professionals, in most all cases, institution of surveyors are absent. But when we are talking about management of flood, hydrology, you cannot do that without surveyors. When we are talking about management of resources, you cannot do that without quantity surveyors. When we are talking about management of estate, you can't do that without valuation and estate surveying professional. We have 3 in 1. And most of the members of the LoGSEA are our members, cherished members, because Ghana Institution of Surveyors is in a global organization because we have links with the International Cost Engineering Council. We have affiliation with Federation of International Surveyors. We have affiliation with Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. We have links with African Real Estate Surveyors. We have links, affiliation with American Real Estate Society, and on and on. Globally, we are recognized and accepted. But locally, it leaves much to be desired. I'm not here to probably market our institution, but that is the fact and the truth. On behalf of the President, I believe that the permitting system, as you have taken us to the team for this year, is very apt because of the chaos in our development environment. And that is why we are advocating for a change of the name local government engineers, because it's a development concern. And you don't have one expert constituting that. A lot more people are there. So when you pick the engineer, what becomes of the architect? The architect is subsumed. The quantity surveyor is subsumed, as if they don't know what it takes. But I believe the members of the association know it all because of the diverse professionalism that they bring to bear. I pray that during your deliberation, managing resources, which is key to national development, will also be one of the things that you consider. And we will plead with you that your resolution that you take here should at least come to the office of the Institution of Surveyors for further deliberation. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. We are grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nana who walked in his full regalia is Nana Abochi Kentinka Kunari, their brother first. He's the, it's indeed. He's the Achempim Hene of Achim Nyafuman, and he's the head of works for La in Kwantanan, Medina. No, one more man. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with our fraternal messages, before we we continue with our fraternal messages, we have another distinguished man in our midst, and he would give his remarks before we continue. This fine gentleman was the spokesperson, or should I say, the public relations. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our Deputy Minister, Works and Housing, as he takes leave of us. Honorable, we are so grateful to you. Thank you very much, Honorable. We are grateful. So back to what I was saying. Our next distinguished speaker was a spokesperson of the Ministry of Education, or should I say, the Public Relations Officer for the Ministry of Education then. Currently, he is the Member of Parliament for the good people of Otafo. In Parliament, he serves on the Housing Committee and the Education Committee. He is currently the Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. Help me welcome Honorable Vincent Eko Asifua Esquire, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Local Government. Honorable, you have the platform.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm sorry to be late. I think there's no minister here again. The Honorable Minister just left, so my salutations may do without him. The Head of Service, Office of the Head of Local Government, Dr. Engineer Nana Atowata, Chief Directors gathered in here, Directors of the various ministries, the President of the Local Government Service Engineers Association, distinguished members of the Local Government Service Engineers Association, stakeholders from the built environment, the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to be with you, the Local Government Service Engineers Association, as a guest of honor at your second annual general meeting. I would like to state that the role and value of the engineer in our everyday life cannot be overemphasized enough, particularly the role your class plays in collaboration with your colleagues in our collective quest to ensure equitable development of our districts across the country. In our quest to ensure sustainable development, the need for structured and sustainable development practices, particularly in the built environment, is critical. The process in place for a robust system to ensure we play our roles as custodians and guards of our built environment is not just bureaucratic necessity. It is the cornerstone of safe, sustainable, and orderly development of our communities. It is therefore timely within the context of the several resilience issues we face, such as flooding and issues of enforcement of development permit regime across our district, to address you today on a topic of utmost importance to our communities, our environment and our future development, towards an effective and efficient building permitting system, the role of local government service engineers. We acknowledge the rapid urbanization and development that our nation is experiencing. This requires an effective and efficient building permitting system, which is the backbone of any thriving city. It enables us to balance economic growth with social and environmental responsibilities. For this reason, we have legal provisions in place to guide us, with engineers playing a critical role in this process. The Local Government Act 2016, Act 936, specifically Section 1061 states that a person shall obtain a building permit from a district planning authority before undertaking the construction of a building or other structure or undertaking any other work. Similarly, the LoGSEA Act 925, Section 11712 requires that a person shall not carry out any physical development within this country unless the development is carried out in accordance with a permit issued under this act. That is Act 925. And that is the B. A person who carries out any physical development without a permit commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 500 penalty units and not more than 1,000 penalty units, or a term of imprisonment of not less than 2 years and not more than 4 years, or both. Permits serve as a vital tool in ensuring that construction activities adhere to regulatory standards, promote safety, and safeguard the interests of the public. However, the effectiveness and efficiency of our development permitting system depends largely on the expertise and commitment of our local government service engineers and physical planners. First and foremost, our engineers are recognized members of the technical subcommittees who are entrusted with the responsibility of processing and reviewing development permit applications received by the district assemblies. Your technical knowledge and attention to structural detail are essential in assessing the feasibility and compliance of proposed construction projects with building codes, zoning regulations, and environmental standards. Your diligent contribution towards analyzing permit applications cannot be underestimated. Most importantly, your works are widely appreciated in preventing potential safety hazards, mitigating environmental risk, and eventually upholding the integrity of our urban landscapes. Despite the indispensable role that the local government service engineers play in the building permitting process, we must acknowledge the challenges that confront us. Citizens often face challenges such as lengthy approval processes, lack of transparency, and inadequate enforcement. It is imperative that we collaborate at the local level to work diligently and efficiently to ensure that permits are issued in a timely manner and required supervision of the constructional phases. It follows through to the end judiciously. In conclusion, let me reaffirm my ministry's commitment, and of course that of my minister, the Honorable Martin J. Mensah-Kosa, who would have wished to be here today, but unfortunately constituency issues is taking him away, to promoting an effective and efficient building permitting system that serves the best interests of our communities. As local government service engineers, you are at the forefront of this endeavor, and your dedication is instrumental in shaping the future of our built environment. Together, let us harness our collective expertise and strive for excellence in all aspects of our profession. Thank you for your unwavering dedication, and I wish you all a productive and inspiring deliberation during this annual general meeting. May God bless you and bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Until he takes his seat, let's do it. Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister. We are grateful for your presence and thought-provoking address. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue with our fraternal messages. And from the Institution of Engineering and Technology, Ghana, we would have Engineer Henry Kojo-Boateng address us. Engineer?
Thank you. let me adhere to existing protocol already established. Before I go to my speech or the script, I think that they've made mention of the name Engineers, Local Government Service Engineers Association. I believe the name was carved out of the class. I think the local government, they have various classes, HR class, engineering class. And the engineering class comprises the engineers, the architects, and the surveyors. So if they are to change the name, then they have to look at the class as well. Yes, I think the president too made mention of Ministry of Works and Housing assisting to offer some training programs on the building regulation. I must also add, IET, we did some survey, and it was chaired by one of your own, Engineer Davo, Engineer Kalo, and Engineer Professor Matthew Sumia. We did it to ascertain how familiar our engineers are with on the building code, and the result was not pleasant. I will send a copy of the report to the head of service, the local government minister, engineering council, yes, and the Ghana Standard Authority. We sent a copy. And we also wanted to establish the compliance of building permits. We look at the religious body, because if anything at all, they will respect the due process. And the result was not pleasant. The result was not pleasant. The churches and the mosques, it was too bad. So this tells how we are as a nation, and the work ahead of us for us to do, the public education. I think we have a lot to do. Thank you. I am delighted to be here today at this annual general meeting with a team towards effective and efficient building permitting system, the role of local government service engineers. On behalf of IET Council, I extend my warmest congratulations to the Local Government Service Engineers Association. The West Department plays a major role in the issuance of the building permit as specified in Building Regulation LI 2465. It is therefore not surprising that local government members have been tirelessly educating the public through various platforms on the importance of obtaining building permit before starting any construction project. At this point, I remember we gave a platform for the president to do a public education on that. In Akwashi too have been doing it, and most of the heads have been doing it at their various local stations. The built environment is the bedrock of our communities, and local government service engineers play a vital role in ensuring this environment is safe, sustainable, and compliant with regulations. The building permitting system is cornerstone of this responsibility, transforming blueprints into reality. Over the past few years, our local government engineers have significantly contributed to our nation's development through their support. However, as you know, we face several challenges in the built environment sector. One major issue is permitting process, which often leads to delay in acquiring building permits and authorized development. And unauthorized development, because as you delay, people will take it upon their, because now money is difficult to come by. So if you have your money and you want to develop, and the assembly tends to delay, before you realize they are putting up their structure, which is unauthorized. But I might here comment Ambassador District Assembly. Quite a few months ago, a friend of mine put in his application, and within 1 month, he had it. And he was so surprised for the first time hearing that a permit can be issued within a month. So I must comment Amassam. The permit process can be cumbersome and time-consuming. Nevertheless, we believe that through collaboration with national and local government leaders, we can address and resolve these issues. Annual general meetings offer a unique opportunity for the institution and the organization to reflect on their successes, challenges, and future prospects. I am confident that this holds true for local government engineers as well. The IET stands firmly with local government engineering community. We commit to providing you with the necessary resources and support to excel in your crucial role. We look forward for partnering you with, to develop the required human capital and other resources for optimal performance. Together, let us strive for a building permitting system that fosters innovation, economic development, and progress. On behalf of IET, I express my profound gratitude to the Local Government Service Engineers Association for invitation, and we wish you a successful AGM. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Boateng. We are grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, with our kind permission, the Honorable Deputy Minister for Local Government, Decentralization, and Rural Development would want to ask leave of us to attend to parliamentary affairs. Honorable, we are so grateful to you. We are so grateful to you. Oh, show him some love. Thank you very much. Moving on with our fraternal messages. 2 minutes each for the others that are coming. From the institution of planning, would have Planner Percy Anab Bukari, president of the institution. Let's show him some love as he comes.
Thank you very much. Madam MC, I think I've been given 2 minutes. Mr. Chairman, my own architect Adade, we've been in the trenches for some time now. I would also want to stand on existing protocols to continue with my few words of solidarity to LoGSEA. From the professional body, just as my colleague from Surveyor said, I cannot just start this without also commenting on the name. But I wouldn't go further. You know it already. Because from the professional body, names are very key for us. Names are very key. So the name, local government engineers, at times it can be misleading, knowing very well the composition that we work with. So let's look at it. And the theme that we've also put across, those days it was building permits. But since the inception of the LoGSEA Act and all that, we are moving away from building permits. Now we are moving towards development permits. And there are good reasons for that. I wouldn't go in there. It's there in the LoGSEA Act for us to understand why that is the case. And I just have two quick, important messages for you. The first one is that in the quest to grant development permits, we don't grant development permits in institute just based on the development that the person has brought the documentations for, but we normally have to look at it within the holistic development regime of your various MMDAs, i.e., every MMDA must have a local plan. The local plan must be integrated into a bigger plan so that within the next 10 years, all of us sitting here, either Ladade Kotopon, Ningo Pram Pram, or wherever, you look at how do you want to see your urban centers, how do you want to see your cities develop in the next 10 years? So based on that long-term plan, that is why you would have to what? Go through the development regime to approve any permit, to see whether they are falling within the zoning requirements. The second one is that we need to always educate our populace that the government or the institutions do not own land. So lands are vested in the hands of landowners, i.e. either individuals, customary, or chiefs and all that. But the use to which you put the land to, by law, the land use is determined by the local government within your area. So you buy your piece of land in East Legon, in Bunkru Yoyo, or whatever. Whatever you want to put to must be determined by the assembly. That's why we have the local plan. And it's based on it that you also apply for development permit. And based on the analysis, the permits are what? Are also granted. Quick one before I take my seat. We've done a couple of studies around, and we've realized that the right of way protection has been violated hugely, so that when we have any national project, we pay a lot of compensations. As we stand, if you even take all the 4 corridors, I mean, from Adenta barrier going towards Dodoa, the whole stretch, up to even somewhere last 2-3 months, permits were being given to people who now we need to what? Break their facilities in order to construct the road. Kaswa Road, Budumburam, is there. I was in Abuja, and they were planning the Lagos-Abidjan corridor. The first offshoot was supposed to be somewhere around Dowenya, but now all those places have been taken over. So they are looking out for some tunnels within Maira, Katapo, through the back, and coming out from somewhere around Budumburam. And it is leading to high cost of the projects. When these things happen, it goes a long way to affect development projects. So with these few words, I would want us to deliberate on this so that when you move into your AGM proper, you would be mindful of these key things so that you come out with very cogent outcomes and you distribute it to all the professional bodies so that we also incorporate it in whatever we do. So that your colleagues in the fiscal planning class and the development planning class, who are the core of our members, would also know what is happening within your circles so that it will reduce the friction that the head of service mentioned. So with this, I wish you a very good deliberation and a long live LoGSEA. Thank you.
This naming, I think we need to do an outdooring and do a proper naming ceremony. Because it looks like everybody has an issue with our name. It will be sorted out. Head of service himself is seated, so don't worry. But the planner forgot my timing. So the next speaker is from the Ghana Institution of Architects. And for the first time on this podium, aside myself, would have a woman speak. And she's in the person of architect Josephine Pesese. Oh, show some love. The women are coming.
As my colleagues did, we are also standing on existing protocols so that we can move forward. And I'm happy to see that the room is full. When we came in earlier, it was a bit discouraging. So congratulations for having a good turnout. I'm coming from the Architects Registration Council, and as a regulator, I'm very cautious of what I say. And my board chairman, being the chairman, has spoken a lot already. I want to just state that permitting, when we call permitting, the products on the tables come from architects. Most of them come from architects. And as regulatory bodies, all that we seek and ask for most of the time is that the drawings are from professionals, these are key, and we try as much as possible to make sure that professionals are the ones doing the drawings. But as Honorable Nana Atto said, there are corruptions in the systems. So when our drawings are in front of you and you are considering them, we want to plead with you that you should ensure that they are coming from architects that are registered, that are in good standing. Not only that, I think when we were engaging in the town halls, the surveyor stated same, that we need to have registered and good standing professionals performing in the systems. And you are the ones to ensure that. So we plead with you that you help us take this exercise forward. Thank you. So I give it to my colleague.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Mindful of time, as I can see, she's already here. I'm coming from the Ghana Institute of Architects, and I stand on the existing protocols, and I bring you greetings from the president and membership. We are happy we have been invited, and we wish you a fruitful deliberation. Thank you so much.
Oh, clap for the ladies for me. I mean, trust women. Whatever you give us, we multiply and give it to you. So we gave them one, they have multiplied and given us twice. You give us wahala, we'll give you double wahala. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take some musical interlude, and when we are done, we'll zoom straight to the inauguration of the national and regional executives. Clock Sack Band, take us.
Take our seats.
When I really love, I'll never let go. As long
Take
as
our
I
seats.
live, I'll never give up. I found my mate.
Let's take our seats.
As far as I'm
all those going out, please
can we please our seats?
Let's take our seats, please.
Can't feel the cold of the night anymore. I don't suffer like I used to before. Thank you for being helpful and kind. Without you,
Can we please take our seats?
I found my man. Thank you, Mr. DJ, for playing my song. Thank you, I've been waiting so long. Thank you, Mr. DJ, for playing my song. Thank you.
That was the LoGSEA band. A round of applause for them. A round of applause. Thank you for that beautiful rendition. We are grateful to you. Engineers, can we please take our seats as we proceed with the program? Let's take our seats. Engineers, please take your seats. Thank you very much. Now we are zooming straight into the inauguration of the national and regional executives of LoGSEA. And to help us do this, we'll invite Engineer George Nyame Esquire to take us through the process. Engineer Nyame, are you around?
Engineer Nyame, please. Is it missing in action? We call on Engineer Nyame Esquire. Is he outside? So the executives, let us get ourselves prepared. It is our time to be inaugurated. Yes.
So whilst we wait for Engineer Nyame to take us through, we'll invite Trasaco. They have a message for us, our lead sponsor. Trasaco. Trasaco.
Do we have Trasaco here? Let's give it up to them. Trasaco Company, they are proud sponsors.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As our leaders have started already, we will stand on the protocol, same, and say that we are grateful to be here this morning, and we are happy to be part of this year meeting. and being part of the sponsors. We say, are you called to all our engineers? And we want to appreciate you for the good work you are doing for our country. And we pray that this year meeting, there will be new things that will come into our system that will help our construction industry. As being part of the sponsors, we have product that we also sell. We are part of the team that build the country. So we pray that in the near future, you still connect with us and look at the product that we have, then we do business together too. So we'll say thank you and Ayuko to all the engineers.
Let's give it up to him. Trasacco is our first sponsor for this AGM.
Mr. Trasacco, please, when we close, I would want to see you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Engineer George Nyame Esquire to take us through the inauguration. Engineer, I wanted to charge you, but I'm scared to charge the lawyer.
Good morning. I'm fine, and you? Oh, I feel extremely delighted to see all of you. It shows that what our previous executives commenced is now bearing fruit. It also shows that the previous executive, what they did, it's like when you give birth. Let's say you are an HND holder, and you give birth, and the highest education that your child also could obtain is also an HND. Have you failed, or you've done well? You have failed. Today, me sitting here, I know what we did Kumasi today has surpassed that. So I have passed. And also, okay, now let's come back to business. I also stand on the already established protocols to proceed what I'm entrusted to do. So I'm told I'm to usher our new executives. No, so if that is the case, then where is my MC? I will hand over the mic to you. You call them up so that we can do what they are supposed to do. Thank you very much.
Engineer Nyame, what you said is very debatable, whether we have failed or not. Very debatable.
I'm saying that we have not failed because we have passed.
This is like setting a questions for yourself
and answering.
And
can we please have all the national and regional executives here?
So he has marked his whole script.
Mr. President, regional president, your people. All the executives, please come.
Let's
do the national first.
The national executives
we'll
first.
We'll do the regional first. No. We'll do national first.
We do the national first, then the regional follows. Please.
So national, please come.
National executives, please come out.
All national executives. Two more. Two more.
We have the vice, the president himself, the vice is here.
Where is the secretary?
The PRO is here, the organizer is here.
Secretary.
The secretary is here. The treasurer, where is he? The secretary and the treasurer.
If the treasurer doesn't come, I'll stand in for him. I like money.
Please call on the treasurer to come in. He's outside there.
Yes, Engineer George Nyame has come.
Love with the treasurer.
Treasurer.
Please, someone should.
Architect Ninai. Architect Ninai, please, are you around? Maybe they are paying their dues and he's taking the money. Architect Ninai. Oh, okay. Engineer, please take us through.
Okay. Can you, Cremo, can you face me? Okay. Before you take the oath, let me say that it is not for fanciful reason. That's why we elected you and you are standing before here. It's not like when you call for a meeting, then 2 people will come. Only 2 people will attend. Once you've accepted by your own volition, you are not under any duress that you will work for LoGSEA. Please, just as you have started, continue. And I know you will, in the end, you will benefit, I will benefit, and all LoGSEA members will also benefit. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, now, by the power conferred on me by the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana as a solicitor and barrister of the Supreme Court of Ghana, I administer this oath of office. So when I say, then you also will stay after me. First of all, I say I, then you add your respective names. Then you move as. I. No, this one I didn't hear, so you do it again. Hey. As for the president, I must hear you. I,
Richard Ben Debra,
having been elected to the high office of
the president,
the president, then you give it to him.
national president,
National Vice President,
National Secretary,
National Deputy Secretary,
National PRO, National Organizer,
National Treasurer
of the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
Local Government Service Engineers Association.
Do
that
I will be faithful and truthful to the Local Government Service Engineers Association. That I will at all times preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And defend the Constitution of Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And that I declare myself to the service and well-being of the service and the well-being.
And that I declare myself to the service and the well-being
of all of the members of the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
Of the members of Local Government Service Engineers Association.
To do right to all manner of persons.
To do right to all manner of persons.
I further solemnly swear that. That should I at any time break this oath of office.
I shall submit myself to the laws of Local Government Service Engineers Association.
I shall submit myself to the laws of Local Government Service Engineers
and suffer the penalty for it.
And suffer the penalty for it.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Congratulations, my executives.
Oh, applaud them, applaud them, applaud them.
Let's give them a hand of applause.
So can we have the regional executives come in?
Let's give it up to them.
Please
Let's
wait.
give it up to them.
Please
While
wait.
this,
Let's have the
they stay.
dignitaries congratulate you.
Yes.
Let's have the dignitaries congratulate you. So head of service, Nana Abochi Kunari. Oh, Erade. Nana Papa. By the powers in you vested by the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Nana Engineer. So we have our Chief Director's Head of Service. Nana di enedio by pa. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
But one thing I have noticed is the organizer. If you see him, you can see that he can organize.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
a
you.
round of
Have your
applause
seat.
for our national
Let us give them
executives.
a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have the regional executives come? Regional executives. LoGSEA regional executives.
The regional executive, let us come out here to take our oaths.
And that's my address, Papa. All of you are regional executives.
We have these executives from the 16 regions of Ghana.
Okay. All regional executives, please come. So the host regional president will take the microphone and speak. The engineer who has his wedding ring stolen on site.
Just as my distinguished regional executives, just as I admonish the national executive, so it goes to you. Please, I have been there before. You call for a meeting and only 5. Look at the normal standing here. In fact, the architecture of the governance structure of Local Government Service Engineers Association depends on you. If you fail, the whole executives, we've all failed. Please, just as I said, nobody forced you. You, by your own volition, have accepted to serve us. Let me comment my former region. They are doing well. Ashanti region. Very good, they are doing well. So, they say when I mention, Great Accra to you, I hear that you are also doing partially well.
Is it partially well?
Okay, let's proceed. Just by the way. So when I say I, then you mention your name, but in this, our honorable regional president will stand in for all of us. But we will mention your name. I,
Vincent Black Kwashi,
having been elected to the high office of the Local Government Service Engineers Association. Do that I will be faithful and truthful to the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
That I will be faithful to the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
That at all times
preserve,
preserve, protect,
and defend the Constitution of Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And defend the Constitution of the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And that I dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the members of Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And that I dedicate myself to the service of the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And to do right to all manner of persons.
And to do right to all manner of persons.
I further solemnly swear that. Should I at any time. Break this oath of office. I shall submit myself to the laws of the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
I shall submit myself to the laws of the Local Government Service Engineers Association.
And suffer the penalties for it. So God help me. Congratulations, my distinguished executives.
Thank you very much. You turn, and then you'll be congratulated by the invited guests. Executives of Savannah region, please, afterwards, you meet Head of Service, Engineer Nana.
Please clap for them. Clap for your executives. We'll have our dignitaries congratulate them.
Savannah region executives, remember, afterwards you meet Head of Service, Nana Engineer Atuata.
Congratulations to all of you.
We want to increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. So,
congratulations to you all. Savannah executives, please do well to see Chief Head of Service, please. Savannah executives, do well to see Head of Service.
Okay, you see, as for engineers, we have everything. We didn't hire any person to come, either in the person of magistrate or we have an engineer and a lawyer. Even my brother sitting here is also a lawyer. We have everything. What is left is that we must all come together and fight for a common cause. That is what is left. Thank you very much.
Show him the love.
Let's give it to him. Former President,
the
Engineer Kwame Nyame,
Esquire in the house. Thank you very much, Engineer George Nyame Esquire. We are grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are zooming into the presentation of certificates, and that will be led by your national president, Engineer Richard Ben Deborah, the engineer.
Let us give it up to him. Let's give it up to him.
We also want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of Accra Technical University, led by Engineer Nyameche. You are all welcome. Oh, show them, show them. Thank you very much for coming. So, National President, take us through, and then we'll have our dignitaries do the presentation for us.
Mr. Chairman, we have few certificates to give it to the past executives, beginning from the pioneers.
So the first three presentations will be done by the Chief Director, Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, Planner Lillian Baika Esquire. Chief, help us through the presentation.
I present to you Engineer Richard Omaresafo, National President from 2016 to 2022. Engineer Davo Wanda Salme, National Vice President.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Baika. We are grateful to you. The next set of presentation will be done by the Chief Director, Office of the Head of Local Government, Mrs. Felicia Dapa Ajiman Boache. Oh, clap for my sweet 16.
So we call on Surveyor Sylvester Ewua Asare. Surveyor Sylvester Ewua Asare, National Secretary, 2016 to 2022.
Engineer Ewua Asare. So let's move on. Can someone take it for him?
Someone should take it on his behalf. He was around, but I don't know.
Organizer is organizing.
I call on Engineer Richard Atayosin, National Vice Secretary. Engineer Atayosin, National Vice Secretary, 2016 to 2022.
Engineer of fans, pa.
The next is Engineer Richard Ben Deborah, National PRO, 2016 to 2022.
Another Ben Deborah.
It's me. It's me.
This is a buffet. Thank you very much, Mrs. Machibo. We are moving on. The next set of presentation.
So we go to Engineer Michael Osei Entry, National Organizer.
Can we please
2016 to 2022.
Our chairman help us do the presentation?
We have Architect Gloria Esiedu Ampim, National Treasurer.
Thank you very much, Chairman. We are grateful to you. The next one.
So we go to second administration.
And that one would be done by the head of service himself, Engineer Dr. Nana Ato Arthur.
They were leaders for 2022 to 2024. Engineer George Kwame Nyame Esquire. Engineer Kwame Frimpong, National Vice President. Engineer Kwame Frimpong, National Vice President. Okay. Surveyor Teddy Ato Adams. Surveyor Teddy Ato Adams.
There he comes.
Okay. We have a replay for Surveyor Sylvester Ewa Asare, National Secretary, 2016 to 2022.
He said he wants to take it himself. Ewa.
Engineer Vincent Kojo Akotia, National Secretary, 2022 to 2024. Vincent Kojo Akotia.
You're welcome.
Godwin Yao Kaleshi, National Treasurer, 2022 to 2024. Kaleshi.
The next one.
The next one is indisposed. Surveyor Francis Gay. He's indisposed now.
So that's right.
We go to a special award for our electoral commissioner. In fact, he has organized 2 successive elections and then compare membership list. Engineer Rubin Konu.
Adukwe's replica. Do it better. Thank you very much, Honorable Head of Service. We are grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, all too soon we are coming to the end of the first half of this beautiful engagement. But somewhere in the Bible where God cured 10 lepers, only one person went back to say thank you, and he was made whole. We don't want to be ungrateful this morning or afternoon. On that note, we'll invite Engineer Grace. We'll invite Engineer Grace Majod to give us the vote of thanks. Show her some love. We also want to acknowledge Engineer Enim. Engineer Enim, are you here? Engineer Enim. Enim. Oh, okay. Executive Director, IET. Sir, you are very much welcome. Show him some love.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to give the vote of thanks for this occasion. We are very grateful to the Lord Almighty for how far He has brought us from the inception, the planning.
Yay. Mankani ye cry. Where dear Mankani ye cry. Yay. Chairman, please forgive me, okay? Where dear Mankani ye cry. So we'll take the closing remarks by the chairman of the occasion. Show him some love.
So you are forgiven. Yes, we've had a very exciting time here. In fact, it's turned out to be much, much better than I expected. I thought there was going to be lots of speeches that just blah, 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 blah. But everything has been head on, point on, and I think we're going to take off at it for a very good start. So I congratulate once more the executive for organizing this, and the organizer, I think you've done a good job. Yeah. Now, listening to all the speakers, there were certain things that kept on being repeated: collaboration, coordination, avoidance of silo thinking, avoidance of silo operation. You need to work together. There's also the talk of the infusion of technology into the permitting process. There was mention of AI. And the President, Engineer Deborah, spoke about, I noted a specific request for pickups, which I think Nana has heard. Nana also, when he was speaking, did mention that monitoring could even be done from the offices. Putting AI, putting his request together. Why can we not use drones so I can do monitoring from your offices as a basis to start with? So Nana, please, I'm making this request on behalf of my people here. I think we should look at that so that it will reduce the time we spend on the field. So again, it falls into the background of digitalization. We want to get everything, all our data, digitalized. So this will help. And also, there was a mention of the load on the staff. So maybe you could look at collaboration with some of the professional bodies. The architects are here, the surveyors are here, the planners are here, so that they could help you with the permitting process. And this can be done at no cost to you, but those who are the applicants, the cost can be passed on to it. So this is something that I'd like to share with you. And going forward, you can see how to put that into your whole permitting process. I had hoped to hear something about attention for permit for persons living with disability. And we have Act 715, which requires that all public buildings be disability friendly. Standing on the stage here, I'm asking myself that if I came here to speak to you today in a wheelchair, would I have been able to come onto the stage? So please, give attention to some of these things. There's inclusivity in what we do now, whether it's education, whether it's office work, everybody should have equal access. So let's lay a bit more emphasis on these things. And then just to sum up, the permitting process should be such that it is user-friendly. This is to avoid, and I hear there's no corruption yet, but we'll avoid corruption or minimize it. Let's go into the digital mode. Let's see how we can get it to be done in such a way that it's a very simple process. You should be able to, even sitting in your office, the applicant should be able to check at what stage the permit has gotten to. These are a few of the takeaways that I want to share with you. And once more, thank you for organizing this thing. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Architect Richard Nidade. And thank you so much for forgiving me. Next time, make an yepa. Show him some love. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I stated earlier, we have come to the end of this beautiful first session of our program. But before we move for the vote of thanks, I want to acknowledge our sponsors, our proud sponsors, Trazaco Company Limited, K. Ofori Limited, Fabhem Company Limited, Azar Group of Companies, Enma Real Estates, Corps Green Enterprise Advertising Association of Ghana, and to you all for coming. We are so grateful to you. But to help us do the vote of thanks, let's still welcome the affable lady. Do it for her. Engineer Grace Majud.
Thank you very much. There's the saying that goes, Sankofa Yenchi. We continue to thank the Lord Almighty for how far He has brought us from the inception of this program through to the planning and organization till this far. We also want to acknowledge all those who have helped us in various ways to make this program a success. We thank our chairman, Architect Richard Niidade. We also want to appreciate and thank the Deputy Minister for Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Honorable Eko Asafwa, the Deputy Minister for Works and Housing, Honorable Dr. Prince Ama. We also want to thank and appreciate the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Titus Nee Glover, even though he was not here. We also want to thank and appreciate our Head of Local Government Service, Engineer Dr. Stephen Nana Ato Ata. We are very grateful, Doc. God bless you. We also want to acknowledge all our professional bodies here, IET Ghana, GIA, GIP, GHIE, then GHIS. RECO International, we are very, very grateful for your presence. We also want to thank and appreciate the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, the Chief Director, LGS, we are grateful. We thank the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council Chief Director, we are grateful. The Chartered Institute of Raters, the Institute of Project Management Professionals, we are very grateful for your presence. We are not leaving our sponsors for this program, Trasaco, K. Ofori Limited, Elma Real Estate, AAG, Azar Group of Companies, Advertising Association of Ghana, and all those whose names are not here. We appreciate all of you. We also want to thank our National Executive Committee, LoGSEA, the Council of LoGSEA, the Regional Executives LoGSEA, and all of us here, General Membership of LoGSEA. We are grateful for the good turnout. Thank you all, and God bless us. Thank you.
Oh, do it better for her. Engineer Grace, we are grateful. You thank everybody, you didn't thank me. So on my own behalf, I want to thank myself for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this beautiful gathering. It has been very, very insightful, power-packed, and I know we are going to have our next session with our stakeholders, and I know we are going to make meaningful contributions, and this is going to help us in our day-to-day works. Whenever you see me, call me Yabo Ahima, and I'll respond. Yaba Kope. Thank you very much. It has been me, Yabo Ahima, from the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council. With me, so my name is Piaru Yabo Ahima Ochere, and you are?
Engineer Alexander Kello.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for coming. We started with God. Indeed, it has been beautiful, and we have to end with God. We'll invite Engineer Ado Esquire to usher us into the second session.
The second session, we are close.
Yes. So we'll close here and then go and have our lunch and come back. Lunch is very important.
So the second session is at 1:30 p.m. exactly. So let's take note of that.
Some want, they don't get. Some get, they don't want. We were looking for this day, and indeed, the God that we serve has made it beautiful for us. Amen. But we can't end without continuing with the debate that whether development permit or building permit, we have distinct institutions who have specified roles to perform. the physical planning department have a role they do, and the works department also have the roles that they perform. And that roles cannot be conflated.
You are here to play for us to go.
Shall we rise? Shall we rise for the... Please sing with me. Now thank we all our God with us and voices. Oh, glorious things So our Lord and Master Jesus Christ, we pray thanking you, God, for ushering us to a successful end. We pray committing our invited guests and our dignitaries, O God, into your care. As they journey back home, O God, we pray that, Lord, you shall carry them, O God, on your eagle wings and carry each and every member to home safely. And at the end of the day, when all is done and dusted, we say we thank you, God. We bless you, God, for answered prayer. Amen.
Let's give it up to him. This is the first session. The second session starts at 1:30 p.m. prompt. So let's keep it. All those who have not registered yet, try and do so.
Oh, the media, please see me. Media. Media, see me.
Hello. Shall we have a picture with the invited guests, the executives, please? Let's have a picture, a group picture with them. Let's have a group picture.